Is the Buffalo Bills. They're on pace to have no receiver reach 1,000 yards for the second straight season. Guess what? They went out and added Brandon Cooks to the wide receiver room. Colin, I mean, how much do we talk about this in the offseason? They did not get better on the outside. They could have done it in free agency. They could have done it in the draft. Then they had a third chance at the deadline this year. They did nothing. And the GM's all combative about it. Well, guess what? They have now added Brandon Cooks. They're grasping at Gabe Davis. I mean, come on, give me a break. This is embarrassing. Remember, Dalton First Aid continues to be hurt. They're a great tight end. Yeah. Like, I don't know what they're going to do. Josh Allen at some point can go in there and be like, guys, you got to get me dudes.
So this does not make my blazing 5.5 hour. It was the last game I dropped. Okay, now last week I dropped the Dallas plus 3.5. So that was a way better pick than the ones I went with. But I had Pittsburgh covering here. I think it's tough. Pittsburgh played very poorly, did not play good defense. They're going to play really well. It's going to be cold weather. And I think Buffalo has shown its hand more than once. This Buffalo team is good. They're not very good.
Well,
they're not great. They're good.
Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson just went up and down the field on the Steelers. Why won't the Buffalo Bills do that with Josh Allen and James Cook?
Because the Chicago Bears have a better offensive line and a better run game and a better quarterback.
Wait. Take that back. Come on. They do not have a better quarterback than the Buffalo Bills. Please don't say that.
No. I'm saying that the Bears went up and down the field. The Bears are better than the Steelers.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
That's clear. Okay.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is Pittsburgh, and we said this a month ago, it's the hardest team to figure out in the league. Week to week, you get a totally different team. I mean, honestly, great, terrible, bad, beat the Colts, hammer the Seahawks, and then they can be awful. So when they play poorly or lose, they almost always, especially at home as an underdog, play really, really well. Pittsburgh may lose. I'd take the hook all day long.
All right, there was a bit of a muddled moment back there. Jimac seemed perplexed. I believe Colin was also a bit lost. He ended up stating that Caleb Williams is, I suppose, a superior quarterback to Mason Rudolph, which was a rather strange comparison to make. We'll just move past that, as it's obvious he isn't trying to claim Caleb Williams is better than Josh Allen. However, he didn't actually address the core question. If the Chicago Bears were capable of doing that to the Pittsburgh Steelers, why can't the Buffalo Bills? Currently, the Bears have a setup where their head coach, their receiving cores, and their ground attack are simply more synchronized. It's a more reliable and uniform operation. It is less dependent on the quarterback being the entire epicenter. They are capable of posting significant points and generating impactful plays while their quarterback completes only 59% of his passes, correct? So they don't require their signal caller to be a superhero to the same degree. You know, what is genuinely aggravating, and I've mentioned this regarding the Buffalo Bills before, is that they had the opportunity to acquire a player like Davante Adams. Just observe what Davante Adams is currently achieving with the Los Angeles Rams. What was the rationale for the Rams making that move? Why didn't the Bills pursue a similar path? Why? Furthermore, why does a player like Mac Hollins appear to be a completely transformed, standout performer with the New England Patriots, yet showed nothing of the sort with the Buffalo Bills? This is the undeniable influence of coaching. This is the profound impact of a coaching staff and system, because you cannot even argue that it's due to a higher volume of opportunities or that he received fewer looks in the offense. Absolutely not. Examining his statistics from his final season with the Bills, over 17 contests, he managed 31 receptions on 50 targets for a total of 378 yards. Now, with the Patriots, he has already secured 32 receptions on 44 targets for 417 yards. That translates to more yardage, a superior catch rate, and he's done it in fewer games. That discrepancy is attributable to coaching. Josh Allen is a top-tier quarterback. Josh Allen is a uniquely gifted player. Josh Allen is not the issue with this football team. I am glad we have firmly established that fact. It's somewhat mind-boggling. Actually, scratch that. It is profoundly mind-boggling. A viewer posed a question in the comment section asking, "What are your thoughts on this Brandon Cooks signing?" And my response was essentially, I'm not sure what there is to elaborate on. What is there to say? I am not here to proclaim that the Bills are destined to lose to the Steelers, nor am I making the kind of sweeping declarations that Colin is putting forth. but the entire situation is undoubtedly irritating. It is most definitely a source of frustration. You watch that Steelers versus Bears game, and it naturally makes you intensely curious to observe how the Bills will perform against that same Steelers squad. Just look at what the Rams managed to accomplish against the Buccaneers. Matthew Stafford, had a significantly more straightforward and productive outing. And I am left wanting to understand how the Los Angeles Rams have constructed a more formidable defense than the Buffalo Bills, a team led by a defensive-minded head coach in Sean McDermott. I genuinely want to know. I am seeking concrete answers. Why is it that a team led by an offensive guru like Sean McVay, with veteran quarterback Matthew Stafford, is capable of assembling not only a more potent offense, but also a superior defensive unit than what the Buffalo Bills can muster with Josh Allen, who is in the absolute peak of his career, and a head coach whose specialty is defense, a coach who, at a bare minimum, should be able to construct a defensive squad capable of overwhelming a quarterback like Baker Mayfield. Yet, that is not the case. The Rams achieved it, the Bills did not. Why is it that Drake May, in his second year, is able to... And let me be clear, I am not arguing that Mac Hollins is some otherworldly, transcendent talent who demands double coverage and must be your primary wide receiver. I am not making that case. But why is New England extracting more production and value from him? And again, you cannot retort with, well, they have fewer receiving options, so he gets more targets. That is not a valid counter-argument here. Simply examine the reception numbers. Compare the target shares. It is frustrating to witness, but it serves as a powerful illustration of why coaching is so critically important and why strategic roster construction matters immensely. The Bills could have been aggressive in pursuing Davante Adams. They could have declared, "We were in the AFC Championship game last season. We are just one impactful player away. We defeat the Chiefs in that game, and we are in the Super Bowl. Let's be decisive. We have Josh Allen. We have a quarterback in his prime." They possess the capability to acquire him. They could have orchestrated a move. The financial cost was not prohibitive. They could have discovered a method to make it work. They could have also made a push for a receiver like Mike Evans. I mean, there were alternatives available. There are always potential maneuvers. There are always possibilities. There is always an action that can be taken to improve the team. Yet, the Bills consistently appear hesitant to elevate to that next tier, to execute that bold, transformative transaction. In contrast, consider the Rams. They take action. They did so. And as a direct result, they achieved the ultimate victory. They did it when they won the Super Bowl. They acknowledged, "We require Odell Beckham Jr. We need an additional weapon at receiver." They stated, "We need another dynamic player to pressure the quarterback." They went out and acquired Von Miller mid-season to address that very need. Those acquisitions were directly responsible for their Super Bowl victory. Without adding those key pieces, they do not win the championship. It was a direct causal link. They would not be the team they are today, leading the NFL and possessing the most favorable Super Bowl odds, if they had not been proactive and declared, "We are getting Davante Adams. We are making it happen." Consequently, I am very interested to see how the remainder of the Buffalo Bills season progresses. But the overarching feeling is one of frustration. It is undoubtedly frustrating. But those are merely my personal reflections. I would be absolutely delighted to hear yours. What are all of your thoughts concerning the Buffalo Bills? Do you believe they will encounter difficulties against the Steelers, as Colin is predicting? How do you feel about the signing of Brandon Cooks? Do you think that will provide a meaningful boost to their wide receiver room? Please share your perspectives in the comment section below. I read every single comment. So whether you find yourself in agreement with me or you vehemently disagree, either way, let's engage in some discussions. Let's get into some spirited debates. But ultimately, let's just have an enjoyable exchange. And please do consider subscribing. We are constructing a phenomenal community here, and I would absolutely adore seeing you become a part of it. I am committed to building something we all feel a genuine connection to, something we are truly thrilled to be involved with. I believe we are making significant progress toward achieving that. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it genuinely assists with visibility and the platform's algorithm. Thank you all so very much.